Why, hello there, beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of Scary Stories and Makeup with Aunty Winter. Or welcome to Scary Stories and Makeup with Aunty Winter if you are new here, where I talk about anything that is spooky and scary, may that be true crime, folklore, or the paranormal, while I turn myself into a creepy creature and or do some creepy makeup. And in today's video, first of all, I want to apologize that I have been out for a little bit. There's just been a lot of stuff that has been going on in my life, from struggling with school and body insecurities,
house renovations, to straining my neck.
but I am back and I am going to hopefully try and be a lot more consistent. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing about another classic urban legend, and that is the legend of Kuchisake-onna, or the slit-mouthed women. Before I get into this video, I would like to provide a slight trigger warning. I will be discussing briefly about abuse in a relationship. If that is something that is of triggering to someone, please proceed with caution or consider clicking off this video altogether, because at the end of the day, I don't want anything that I say in my video to jeopardize your well-being or your mental health. So with all that being said and done, let's get into the video. I got my water bottle here because you gotta stay hydrated. And I am going to obviously do a slit mouth thing, which means I am bringing out a baby that I haven't used since Halloween, and that is liquid latex, new brand. Normally I go for the Ben Nye, but they didn't have it, so I'm just gonna use this. Also exclude the new scenery. I am currently filming in my room because the basement where I usually film, I forgot how bad latex smells. Usually, the basement where I usually film is under renovations right now. But I still, wanted to, so I wanted to make content for you guys. I do not have a mirror. I mean, I could use... I'm just gonna see if I can use my viewfinder as... So, Kuchisake-onna or the slit-mouth woman, is a spirit from Japanese folklore. She is described as a woman that appears beautiful but also wears a surgical mask or just something else to cover her face. Also carries around either a knife or a pair of scissors. When she takes off her mask, she is shown to have a slit mouth that is from ear to ear, and always tends to ask her victims the same question: am I pretty? Kuchisake-onna is also said to resemble yokai, which is a term used in Japan that is said to resemble anything such as ghosts, creatures, monsters, basically anything that is paranormal. Okay, so this is a little... I just realized I built this a little bit too low, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build it a little bit higher. Now let's get into the origin of Kuchisake-onna. So the legend of Kuchisake-onna, according to folklorist Matthew Mayer, is said to date back to the Edo period in Japan, which spanned over the 17th to 18th century. So, according to legend, around this period there lived a woman who was said to be very beautiful. Now, when it came time to marry, this woman ended up marrying a samurai. Now, this samurai was very, very jealous. I almost dipped my brush into latex. I feel like that would have been a disaster if I actually did. He was jealous and thought that his wife was cheating on him. However, because this man was a samurai, he obviously had to go off and fight in war, like any traditional Middle Ages man would. Now, it is said, according to legend, that while her husband was away, this woman indeed became very, very lonely. Started to engage in a lot of extramarital affairs with a lot and lots of other man that wasn't her husband. When her husband came home, however, found out about what his wife was doing, and in any good husband, excuse the sarcasm, would do, he got very, very jealous and devastated. And he decided that he would slit her mouth from ear to ear. When he finished with that, he laughed at her and said,
"Who will think you're beautiful now?"
This woman eventually died from the loss of blood. However, she returned to the earth as Kuchisake-onna. And ever since then, Kuchisake-onna is said to roam Japan as well as the world, looking for her victim. I don't know if she travels, but you never know. I'm gonna try and connect my wounds with my mouth. During 1979, alleged accounts of Kuchisake-onna of Kuchisake-onna, not wrong one, started to pop up in Japan. And when this happened, mass hysteria went throughout all of Japan, to the point where children were required to go home either with a parent or legal guardian, teacher, or a companion. They couldn't go home alone. And a lot of police were assigned on night duty, because that is essentially where she is said to peer up in. Because that's where all the creepy people peer up in. So when Kuchisake-onna comes up to you, she essentially, what she does is she first asks you, "Am I pretty?" And if you say no, she will stab you instantly. If you say yes, she'll remove her mask, revealing her wide, creepy smile. And then she'll ask, "How about now?" And if you say no, she'll plunge her knife and or scissors. And if you say yes, she'll slash your mouth from ear to ear. So there's essentially no way in escaping this woman. The only way that you can possibly escape her is if, when she approaches you, and asks you if she is pretty, you can respond and say that she's average or so-so. And then that'll leave her in a hint of confusion, and that can give you enough time to escape. Another way that you can do it is you could try. She is also a big fan of candy, so if you just happen to have some candy, you can just give her some candy and then she'll be distracted and you may just be off the hook. However, that is not certain. If you want to go out this night, because like in Toronto we're finally getting weather, if you want to go out one night, just like in my last video, be very careful with strangers, because you never know whether you can meet a man with a wide smile or a woman with a slit mouth. And that completes my video for this. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if I scared you half to death and you are not going to sleep tonight. Comment below anything you want me to talk about, or any tutorial or any makeup looks you want to see me do in my videos, so I can make sure that you guys have a say in what I create. If you have any requests for like creatures or cryptids or true crime stories you want me to talk about in this series, or if you have a creepy story or an encounter you would like for me to review, be sure to submit them at scarystorieswithwinter@gmail.com. That email will be listed in the description below, as well as my regular email. That'll be listed in the description below, so you can just send me any general questions. And if you want to recreate any of my looks, be sure to tag me in them so I can see all of your recreations. And yeah, so until next time, bye.